Mm. Setting up. Let me see. Hello. I'm still setting up my stream. Give me a second. Not doing service. On my main, no. My main don't have any LTJs, sadly. Where can you download the mod I use? Nowhere, because no one has it except me. I'm not going to share it. Since even if I share it, you wouldn't be able to use it. It's not called a lag fixer. I call it a NOAC mod, but I'm the only one that have it. And it's a bit hard to use. It's not your normal mod since it needs a lot of settings and stuff. So I couldn't share. Since if I need to set up for people, it would take like hours to do one. BMJ plus 0. Do you have the goddess already? If you don't have the goddess, go for the goddess first. It will be better for you to get the goddess first. If you have the goddess already, you should, I think, probably enhance it after you get your goddess. Your PC is dying in raid. I couldn't help you. I'm not willing to give out stuff that I need like hours to make for free. So good luck on that. Okay. Devastating how? I think the spur still used that skill, so no problem. Tips to get goddess: do main quest. Main quest spam on the subs, and then use the goddess coin to change to goddess. The goddess specific box. Oh no, it's going to be bar. Oh, that's with debuffs. Like a lot of debuffs, that's why. Oh no, you're not doing that. Yeah, just do main quest spam. Main quest spam is the best way to get it for free. Other options you will need to spend a lot of money on too. So I went to NA to do DDN first, so don't have time to AFK for the Osprey. No problem. Hello. Yes, I use Fire ECJ. Should have just speed down it. Would have cleared faster if I do that.
이런 시련조차 나의 아름다움이 빛내줄 뿐이라니. 이 몸에 마법을 보여줄 때가 왔군.
Yes, I'm using mods to reduce lag. Am I going to share it? No, because even if I share it, you can't use it. You need to find someone to adjust the mods for you. And since I'm the one that made the mod, usually it's just me, since other people doesn't know like how the mod works. How long does each adjustment of the mods takes me? Several hours. So am I going to give it for free? No. Like why would you want to give people free for several hours of your work? It's not a charity service. So no. I pretty much explain it a lot every time I stream, since a lot of people ask me this. It's not your normal mod, that's all I can say. But if you are asking about the normal effect reduction, you can pretty much find those on Google. Just search for Dragoness effect reduction mods or something. I'm pretty sure people shared it before. No, I didn't study program code. Oh, actually I did, but I don't think it's related. It's just a lot of trial and error. And a lot of testing. Like, I broke my DN a lot of times. That's why it takes me so long. Originally, I made the mods so that the Honor Gust can run smoother, since a lot of people are complaining about the raid in my team. There's like no chase for me, so I end up like making one myself. That's not good. Like, most of the things in DN, it's more of trial and error, since, like, the mods that are visual mods are a lot of trial and error. Like, those mods that affects the game itself are more like, need like more experience in programming, but if you are just making visual mods, it's just a lot of test and error. Yes, I think Daylight mod you can find on Google. How many FD jades? One only, and it's not on the main, it's on the sub, so it's might as well say it's a 0. I don't play 30, sorry. Oh no. Should have beat that earlier, so that we won't do this, but it's fine. probably just going to stay with Ring Grid for a long time. Since I like Ring Grid more than Flurry. Although I play Flurry, but I like Ring Grid more. Can I play Warrior class? I can play, but I don't have the account for it. Can pretty much say that I think I'm good enough to pilot like most classes in the end, since I don't see like a big difference between each class, since like now with the Jade patch, most classes are just like have a fixed rotation, and there's like most of the damage is on the Jade skill, etc. So it makes like piloting different classes way easier now. You just need to find like which skills are the main skills, cast which skills first, and if there's a reset mechanic for the class, know how to do it, then it's good enough. Poutine, yes, I like it. I don't play Warrior myself. Like I don't have that class in my account because I don't like the voice line for the class, and also the costumes are ugly. I like gravy sauce a lot, but not all gravy sauce, because sometimes I'm scared that the gravy sauce have like weird stuff in it. So if it tastes weird to me, I won't eat it. And generally, I don't really like cheese also. If it's cheddar cheese, I don't like it. But if it's, for example, mozzarella cheese, I like it. I find cheddar cheese a bit disgusting because it's like orangish. So I don't like it. I like those white teeth. Ultimate Jade? Yeah, I only got one. But it's not on the main, it's on the sub, so it's like not getting any anyways. But it's fine. I don't need the Ultimate Jades to max LB17 FD anyways. Facecam, there's not enough donations for me to do that. Like I don't like I don't like giving out too much information about myself, since I find it a bit annoying if I do that. And also I need to go in here first before I die. If I have like more subscriber, like enough for me to make a living out of YouTube, I don't mind having a face cam. Like if I can be a full-time YouTuber, I don't mind. But apparently that's not going to happen, since DN is a dead game. Like no one even watch it. So like not really a dead game. It's like still pretty alive, but the views you get from DN versus a mainstream game, it's like super different. Like, I'm not even getting like 100 viewers watching my streams on YouTube. But if I stream something that's more mainstream, maybe we'll have like more viewers. That's why I don't see a point of Facecam like for the end, since there won't be enough viewers for me to profit from it. Yeah, it's super niche. No one will watch it anyways. That's exactly like my thoughts when I see people streaming DN with Facecam. I'm like no one is going to watch it anyways. Why are you doing Facecam? Among Us, I don't play that. Like, the thing about DN right now is that it doesn't give me time to play other games because of the amount of farming I need to do for the new jades each of my character. so it's very unlikely for me to play other games, even though I would like to play. I watch a lot of videos on Among Us. It looks very fun, but I couldn't do it. Hello, hello. Like just the time I spend on spamming those nests on stream, it's like 4 to 5 hours already. But if you count the time I spend off stream, it will be a total maybe of like 7 hours, which doesn't leave me a lot of time to do other stuff, since I still need to work and sleep and eat. Hello, Gibbs. No, it's not friendship breaker. It's more to see like who is the best liar and stuff. Don't get the awakening passive for taunting blow. How many FDJs? Zero on main. I'm pretty unlucky with the jades, so I'm not expecting much. I'm just spamming for the materials now. I will say for Majesty is confirmed VJ is better. For Smasher, depends on what you want to do, because if for STG, VJ is better, but if you want better gameplay experience, it's the BMJ. And I think DPS wise, in most nests, BMJ will still win because of 9-tail laser being hard to use on mobile boss. That's a thing. You can see the comments of it from the Korean player that showed a Smasher gameplay video on it. But if you just look at the board damage and you don't think of moving bosses, like look at STG, confirm the BJ is stronger, way stronger than the BMJ. But the thing is, like, most bosses will move, and most bosses isn't as big as the STG boss. So it's very likely that your skill will miss. If you account that also, I will say BMJ is way better than the Smasher VJ. For Majesty, you don't need to think. The VJ is just better. Adept, I think VJ is better. I heard that it has a higher board damage to CD ratio, and then it's not single hit, which is a big problem for Adept BMJ since it's a single hit skill. The VJ is not, so that's what I heard. But I didn't think I see a test video on it, so I cannot be sure. Just from the board damage, the BJ looks better though. Oh, yes, I got it. Good. Windwalker, stay DJ. Just stay DJ. Don't even think about changing. In my opinion, yeah. I don't know, you ask him. It's like his stuff, not my stuff, so. That's weird. Most people in CDN said that the VJ is better, just from paper. Like, a lot of people say the VJ is better on paper because, the fact that BMJ is a single hit skill is a very big factor of it, and then the VJ is multi-hit from like what they said, and then have higher board damage. That's what they said. That like they rank the DPS ranking for that academic classes as this. VJSS is higher damage than BMJ Adept, and then VJ Adept is higher than BMJSS. That's how they rank in CDM. But there's not much videos yet, so we couldn't say for sure. For number one, for what? If you are saying number one for S2G, if you account in like how many people bugs for S2G, it's impossible for me unless I bug also. Which I accidentally bugged one run before, but I CJ to wash out the record because it's not good. BJ. Vendor. I'll say the whatever it is. Wait, let me finish this first. I will say. Vendor VJ for Duelist is way better than the other two Jades, and after the new Jade, the new VJ Jade for Duelist, he will be probably I would say at least like tier 1 from what I see. I'm not sure. Like a lot of classes have it. But most classes don't have it, or maybe just people don't know yet. Like bug as in like they can one-shot boss with skills, or they're like for example, a common bug is called damage transfer bug. Like what it does is that like your skills deals like extra hits or extra damage because of some bug that allows your skill to go to other skills. An example of this would be the ray mechanic bug before, where you can make your transform damage pass on to your other skills, like multi-hit skills. So that instead of doing the original low damage, your multi-hit skills does, for example, the exact amount of damage where your RM transformation does. That's how damage transfer works. A lot of classes have this bug, and some classes have stronger damage transfer bugs, some classes have like weaker ones. So far I know that SE always have this bug, and there's this bug for GM also, but it's not a big DPS boosters for GM. For SE, it's kind of big, but like I don't play those classes, so I couldn't comment much. But the thing you need to know is that with those skills, with those damage transfer bugs, they can do like way higher damage than their gears allow them, compared to like when you play legitimately. So that's a problem. A lot of people are doing that in the CSTG, which is why I don't see any point of like fighting for rank 1, because anyone can just do the damage transfer bug and then just get the rank 1. And then you couldn't say anything about it, since you don't care. Yeah, something like the old Guardian bug. Don't share how bug works, but because like you might get banned if ED wants to ban you. Usually they don't even give a shit about it. So it's fine. Like there's no point. There's like no point doing STG ranking right now because a lot of people are abusing the bug. So if you are asking if I want to do rank 1, I can do rank 1 right now with my current gears. Actually, I can do rank 1 with any gears because I know one of the bugs. I can finish OB17 in 53 seconds. I did it already, but I changed my class so that the record won't stay. Okay? I did it already. The reason I changed class to wash it away is because that I don't think it's healthy for the game for that record to stay. But other people think otherwise. They think that they want the fame, so they keep it on the rankings. Like it's their own choice. But for me, I don't like bug abusing. So when I accidentally trigger that bug, I immediately just class change to wash away the record. That's what I did. Oh, your bug is damage reduced. Yeah, but like what I'm saying is the damage transfer bug. There's not only bugs that can affect your in-game attack, in-game damage. There's also mods that can help you with that, which the famous one is the pet mod from last year, which you can find some information on it from the DN forums. I think you can still find the history of it, of a post talking about pet mod. You need to know that a lot of stuff like that exists in STG. So it's very unfair because not everyone has access to those mods or those bugs. So if you are asking if I'm going to how do I look at the CSTG or if I'm going to get top 1, the answer is there's no point in doing that right now due to how much people are bugging or modding in STG. Okay? 谢谢谢谢。What hero do I like the most? I think Vol's Gold because it's the fastest. Saint or OF for raid? I prefer Saint, but most people will go with OF because OF looks like it have more damage, but actually no. Saint is better because Saint have more utility. Saint is the best defensive utility class right now. But it's hard to find one. Like there's legit a lot of bugs in the end. Doing less damage is really common. Like I also have like this bugs like my hits don't, my damage doesn't come out properly and stuff when I'm too laggy. So there's nothing you can do about it. I really prefer Sync, but people will go with OF. Like the pubs will want OF more. If I can choose, I would always choose Sync over OF. Where can you can ask for just look at those people who stream like sing POVs. It's a good place to start. But mostly for healer class, if you are not doing DPS, the most important part is just staying alive. If you want to see how to stay alive, look at guides on raids. Usually it will teach you some kind of skills, or look at support POVs like tank POV or something. Usually people in that class will play safer because they don't need to DPS. I really like the Hestilar idea, but the class not really, because after I play Patrona, I find like all the assassin class being a bit bad, since they will get knocked back, and there's like nothing you can do about it most of the time. Like the options of you can do when you see an attack is very limited on assassins. Oh, giant earrings or the other earrings depends on whether you are lacking stats. If you're not lacking stats, then you go for the old giant one. Beginning players, I'll say do main quest first. Like if you are a new player starting DN, what you should do is you level up a character to level 95 while you're doing the main quest. Make sure that you do every main quest. Then after doing that, what you can get is a full set skill hero set when you are level up to 95. Then from the main quest, you will get those goddess coins. With those goddess coins, you can go to the cloister area to exchange for the class specific boxes for your class. Then after you getting that, you can open for your own goddess gears. My suggestion is like the best option will be probably getting the goddess helmet and shoe for your desired skills. For example, if your class is a defensio, you will want to get a beat down helmet and shoe. After getting those, you will want to save some gold so you can buy a BMJ. After buying the BMJ, you can start farming golds from either just doing nests while enhancing your new jades, or you can do LB6 invader spam. Like there's a lot of options you can do now. Even selling quests works, but generally what you want to do as a new player is just do main quest, get your goddess equipments. If you can't create more characters to do main quest for the goddess coin. It's okay. But I will suggest you to get the shoe also if your BMJ is high enhancement. If it's not, then you can just go with 4 Minos part. 4 inside Minos to be specific. No problem. Yeah. Like always go for the goddess first because the goddess are free. Then you go for the jade because the jade is a very big DPS boost for you. And then after that, most of the stuff now you can get for free. And then the accessories you can save gold and probably buy the cheap plus 10 BDN ones. Change to those. Use a free set. And then slowly save up money for a plus 10 Minos free part. Then save money for incomplete gust and FDN. Usually it works like this. Don't get Skilla anymore. Just use skilled hero and then save money for Minos. Eventually you will need to change to free set Minos anyways. And I will say free set Minos is rather cheap to get right now. It's like way cheaper than enhancing Skilla because like you couldn't use Skilla to the end. Like if you are really a new player, there's no Skilla set for you, and also. So your best bet is just go with the skilled hero equipment and then save money to get meal set. FKK. I go Rena next then. Wait, let me transfer first. I will demonstrate how to hit it better. But like generally for FKK, what you want to do is make sure that when you cast it, you hold the button instead of clicking it. After that, like you want to make sure that when you cast the skill, you are aiming at the middle of the boss, like the middle of the model, so that it won't miss. Usually it miss because like you are not aiming at the right angle. It have the like same issue with
I remember the 6 heroes used to store their things here.
With the BMJ, not BMJ, I mean with the Beyond the Wall of defense, you know. So you will want to just in general aim for the center of the boss so that you are at the right angle. See?
Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Do I need to transfer more stuff? Nope. Yeah, nope. I can't sleep. I can sleep, but I can't sleep right now because I haven't finished farming yet. What's that? Oh, it's an HP one for Raven. I will say BJ is better. BJ is better, in my opinion. If you have a high enhancement DJ, don't change it. If you don't have a high enhancement DJ, change to the BJ. Okay. I don't understand what you're typing, but okay. Oh yeah, I didn't have like BGMs today. Let me add that first. Non-copyrighted music for stream. Actually, I want to try Japanese one. Is there Japanese style one? I will say use the newest epic Winter Deco would be the best. Let me transfer first. Oh, actually I shouldn't transfer first. I think the most DPS with the class with the most DPS now. I will say Windwalker with a 300% spiral kick plate is very OP. Reason for that is because the plate is OP. Like the goddess plate for classes that have like a high percentage of the damage on one skill is a very big boost. Windwalker with an 86% plate is already very strong. Imagine it with a 200 or even a 300 plate. Okay, so for a Flying Kick, what you want to do is that always make sure that you aim in the center of the boss. Then you should hold click it. Usually you should do like 10 hits, but since the golem is a bit weird, I think so. Inqui isn't that strong, really. Inqui isn't that strong. Inqui is pretty weak in my opinion. Okay. What you want to also to do is take a bit of distance from the boss. So make sure that you aren't stick to the boss, because if you are stick to the boss, what will happen is when you are flying knee kick, you will fly over the boss, which will result in reduced hit counts. And another thing is, make sure you aim at the center. If you aim a bit away from the center, it's likely that you won't do full hits. Okay? Best is just take around like a rock away distance, and then you just use flying kick. Usually you will hit that ways. Thanks for subscribing. Is it okay to use? I will suggest you just use BMJ helmet. Like if you are going for FMJ, if you are going for the VJ, get both VJ helmet and shoe. If you are not going for the VJ, stay with the BMJ helmet. The helmet is a very big boost. You should definitely get it if you can. If you cannot, do more main quest. Like they give you goddess for free now if you can do main quest. There's like absolutely like no reason for you to not get it. It just takes some time. You either spend money to get the helmet fast, or you just do main quest to slowly spam it. Thanks for subscribing. Like I really don't think Inqui is strong. Like ignore the top one. If you just look at the other ones, you see the gear. It's not like that significant. Like they all have like 15 jade, and then it's a double debuff class. And with a double debuff class, you are just doing like 4-minute 18. If you compare the gears, I think Mara's are better a bit, in my opinion. Just the DPS from STG. But if you look at Windwalker, you see for Matoya, he doesn't have the Evil Jarian earrings. So that's a very big loss there, since you lose like 100k attack and then 10% ish from it, and then like it's a single debuff class. It still managed to go around like 4 minutes now. A double debuff class doing only like 20 seconds faster with Jarian and Barnock is like pretty slow in my opinion. It's because that your Inqui have double debuff, and it's easy to use. Okay, glad to help you. It's because double debuff. Like having double debuff and not having double debuff is different. It's a big difference. Like each debuff you have, you get like 20% increase in DPS. But if you are doing in raids, since usually you will have element debuff and the damage increase debuff all of the time, you won't deal more DPS. Okay, if that makes sense to you. You do more DPS than your other subs because you have double debuff. Each debuff gives you 20% increase on your damage. But in raids or in nets, if you go in with a proper comp, everyone can get double debuff or even triple debuff for ice stack. So in raids, like you won't get more boost. Okay. Yes, Ring Grid have double debuff. Ruina also have double debuff. Defensive only single debuff, and Ripper also only single debuff. Like I'm pretty sure that I can say. Wait. Let me manage my stuff first.
You shall
yeah.
have the best here.
Adept, stay on. Wait, let me take the Giving Human Bards first. Almost forget to take it. Adept, I will say, can consider changing to VJ, but you will need to wait for more tests because because I don't think there's proper tests on it yet. A lot of people in CDN forums say that the BJ is stronger. Why is it this one? Yeah, like double debuff is very big. My Ripper clears pretty slow because it doesn't have double debuff. You can see a very big DPS difference when you have double debuff and no double debuff. Like the classes like have double debuff, and on the first page, like Inqui, Mara, Avalanche have triple debuff. That's why Avalanche is so good in STG. But if you remove the triple debuff, if you rate it as a single debuff class, he probably can't even make it to 4-minute 30 if he's only single debuff. That's like how much difference. It's around like 30 seconds difference for each debuff. 30 seconds to 1 minute. I'm not really sure because I didn't do a run without debuffs yet. But confirm it will be a very big difference.
Your items will be safe here.
Okay, let me take this stuff first. SD is only single debuff. You can know by looking at the skills. Like for example, you just look at a random SD. So look at Somi, for example. Look at the skills. Can see that from the EX, there's no element resist debuff. There's only the crit resist. Crit resist is pretty useless, so it counts as a single debuff. There is only damage increase debuff from misstep. So SD will do lower in STG than in raids because of this. If you look at for example Avalanche, you look at the skills, you will see that they have a receive damage debuff here 20%, then element debuff on the EX for a Gale Stab. So he does 20% more damage just because of the Gale Stab. And then you look at the Awakening, where there's this, where's this Frostbite? It's not Frostbite, it's probably this one. Frost Infusion. You can see it just gives a freeze debuff, increased damage for another 20%. So if you just compare Avalanche and SD, Avalanche is doing 40% more damage because of the debuffs in STG. Okay, is that clear? I think BJ is good, but it's very hard to use. Like they didn't solve the problems with the hitbox with whiny kick. So until they solve it, I would say DJ is better. But if they solve it, BJ is way stronger than the DJ. Cause if you see the test video for Arena, it's really bad because it has the same hitbox as our current whatever it is, current whiny kick. Which it means that you will lose a lot of hits if you aim at the wrong angle. It's very big, so I'll guess probably the best jade now is Keniblo. No problem. When will I update the next DPS tier list? When I have enough information. Usually it will be after C's VJ patch, probably a month after, so I have more time to gather the information about it. Saint, I think Saint VJ will be stronger than the DJ or BMJ, but the thing is we don't have the test video yet, so I don't know how it performs.
Travel light for your journey.
Hello. How cute the cat is on the corner. It's always there. Super cute, right? Let me see. What am I losing? Did I transfer the? I didn't yet.
This is the historic St. Haven storage.
Okay. That should be everything.
Travel light for your journey.
I don't understand. Is this a new meme? I'm not going to use Insight. I'm not going to use Insight or Devotion. I'm waiting for the third option. But ideally, I will want to make all the Minos to 12 first. Even if I don't, it's fine also, since it's not that much of an increase. Where's my earring? Didn't I transfer the earring just now? Or
Your
did
stuff
I?
will be safe
Did I
from
not?
everything, even
Is it in
dragons.
the? Okay, it's here, so it's not that bad.
Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Okay, and now I have the earring. We get the jade in it. I have too much FD. Why do I have too much FD? Did I put stuff on? Yeah, I did put the stuff on. Okay. BP Insight, I think it's pretty good on Dragon, for sure. Like, outside of Dragon, I would prefer Devotion, but if you are dealing with Dragon, you will want to get, Insight, for sure. I don't think the damage boost is worth it. Like, I heard people using like 2M or 3M gold to enhance their Minos, and then it's not plus 12 yet. Oh, I mean, you mean the insight, is it? I'm not doing it because I heard that there is a third option for Minos. I believe the third option will be better, cause currently in raids my hero skill does more damage than my taunting blow because of what I'm doing in raids. I use the hero skill quite often in raids, but unless my taunting blow does more damage, so I prefer if they have a third option that gives stat boost increase instead of the crit damage, crit additional damage drain. And crit additional damage is pretty useless to me, in my opinion. It's not a very big DPS boost, that's why I'm not doing it. Where do I get? From Placer. Now you can also get them from Goddess Coin by doing main quest. Like, another thing about Insight is, for some classes it's very good. Avalanche, for example, Insight is really good. For ML, the MBD Insight is also really strong. I think for Rain Grid, the hero skill one's still stronger, for now. I'm not sure about the buffed counter flare, because it's not on C yet. But I imagine the hero skill will be a better boost. I think so. I think Impactor with VJ should be the strongest Machina. The main reason is it's because Impactor is way more easier than Defensive. So Impactor is like won't be affected that much with FPS drops, which make it a very big advantage in raids. Because for example, Defensio, when I have FPS drop, I couldn't do my full combo. I can only do a partial combo, which I lose around like I think 20% of my normal DPS because I can't do the full combo in rage. You won't have this problem with Impactor because there's not as much mouse input for the class. So if you take that into account, I think Impactor will be strongest now, after the VJ patch. Defensio is just still the strongest tank, but it's just a tank. So even if it doesn't do the highest damage, doesn't matter. Can impact your tank? Nope. So it doesn't really matter if Defensio is the weakest Machina or not, because it's the only Machina that can tank. That's the thing about support classes. Like, you couldn't compare DPS with like support classes because support classes got extra utility. Hello. So in general, you will want so in general, when you are looking at classes, you should pick classes that have extra utility if you want to make it as your main, because classes with extra utility are harder to replace. The main thing, the keyword here is harder to replace. So ideally, the classes you choose should be classes with a lot of utilities. For example, healers. Like, you always need healers. Tankers are also good, but tankers are less in need than healers. You only see tankers in raids, so usually people want healers as their main more because it saves money. People will always need healers. Base reveal possible? It's possible. Give me 20k subs. If I'm earning enough from YouTube, I would do face reveal. Like, I don't want to stream and show my personal information on a game that no one watches, okay? Like, if I have like 2k viewers every stream, then I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind showing my face, you know. I don't have a boyfriend now. Yeah, Saint is cheap to be raid ready, and it's a really good class to be as main also, because like it's a healer, just like physician. It's a good option for it to be a main because it's a healer. Like, usually you will want to make your main a support class more so that you don't need to gear it as much as the DPS class, even if it's not in the meta. That's the good part about playing a class that has support features. So that's also why I said that, like, the DPS for Defensio doesn't really matter. Even if it's the weakest Machina out of the 4 Machina, it doesn't matter because it's the only Machina that can tank. Yeah, there's no pressure on gearing. Actually, you pressure other people if you are gearing it. If I don't think STG event will be next month. Okay. This is my reply to that question. Yeah, you are giving a lot of people a lot of pressure. It's not without the damage bug. It's it's people will use it, so there's no point of talking about this because you also won't know if people use it. There is a bug. I know it. I know there's a bug, but I can't say what class is it because the bug I found is for like one class. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of class with the bugs, so I couldn't say more. But there is this bug. There is this bug. Let me see. Top Tempest in Korean use the BMJ right now. I will say for Tempest, the DJ is still the best in my opinion because DJ works with the DJ. You can use the goddess for the spiral vortex also. Like kickshot is good, but kickshot for kickshot you lose the damage increase from the goddess helmet shoe. What do I think of them? I think they are childish. They are probably pretty bored. They think that if they ask this kind of question, I will give an interesting response to them. Which, if you want to do that, you should find those on those porn streaming sites. Where like the streamer will do like whatever you ask if you did give them money. Like asking those questions on a YouTube stream is pretty weird and also boring. It makes people think that they are immature. I don't feel a thing when people are talking like that. They just show that how childish they are actually. A lot of trolls now, like you don't need to, like if you guys are feeling uncomfortable about saying that, I can ban him, but like what's the point? They will just make another account and just come here if you react like that. Can I describe the damage transfer I'm saying? RM damage bug from Ardian, for example. Like people troll because they want a reaction out of you. If you don't react what they want you to react, they will just be gone. Yeah. 8.5k. What lap can you do solo? Depends on your class and depends what gears you have. The gear score isn't a very good indicator, but I will say you can try probably LB6. See if LB6 in STG is hard to clear for you. If it's not, then you can try LB7, LB8 in STG. Yeah. You should go STG and see like how long does it take you to finish the boss. Like usually if you want a fast run in like I would say LB6, you will want to be able to clear LB8 STG at least. VJ for 30 in my opinion. Cloister map is in Red Lotus. You can find it at the Red Lotus Palace thingy. Then it's at the middle entrance from the map. One healer raids are pretty common, but it depends on how they design the boss. Like usually people go with 2 healers on explorations, then they cut down the amount of healers later. For no healer, I don't think it's possible for exploration. Like that only happens on service runs, which you can see us doing in DDN. Yeah, I think you should be able to do lap 13, I guess. Cause having the helmet and shield is a very big difference. So just probably go for 12 or 11 if you want a faster run. Minos upper 70k. I think it's reasonable price. I won't say it's cheap since it might drop more, but it's a reasonable price. Well, Smashers stay BMJ or go VJ. If you only do STG, go VJ. If you want to do nests and dungeons, go BMJ. Which class have the lowest cost to join raid parties? Depends on the raid party you are joining. It really all depends on the raid deal. Generally, supports will require less gear, so you'll want to aim for tanker class, tanks, ice stackers like Illustra or Buster. Generally, those 3 classes have the lowest gear requirement. Healers might have higher gear requirements because now a lot of people look at the in-town damage for the healers. For Buster, Illustra, or tanks, you can just go inside, and as long as you don't die, it's good enough. Okay. But like you also see parties asking for LB15 clear supports, so it really depends on the party you are joining. Do you like being the healer? If you like being the healer, pick Stained. If you want easier in finding parties, pick Illustra. I have the Chogoso title. That's how I got enough FD for my Ripper in LB17. tanks can also go with like really low gear as long as they survive, but they are only needed in raids. Like I can make a defense seal with no gears as long as I don't die, and I can still enter a raid party. But I prefer gearing my characters because it's a bit boring if you don't have gears. Yes, all characters. I can show you my FD later. It's okay, 1+. I think BJ for Glad. No, it doesn't. It just adds FD. Let me show you my hero title. Can see the FD. I got 1k FD from Gosu title. Collected hero title. Can see here. Chogosu. It doesn't really add a lot of damage, but it's for the FD. Like even without the Chogosu title, I will be fine. But I get it because I don't want to get the FD pet accessory. Yeah, Missy is a low cost tanker. There's a lot of low cost tanker. There's Avalanche tanker, and their party is also a low cost tanker. Like tanks are really easy to build for raids, but with those gears you couldn't find a proper nest party. Lestra on the other hand, you can find nest parties even with low gears because they're a debuffer. Like tanks are only needed in raids. That's why outside of raid people don't need it that much. Why do I do my ABN without mission? Because I want to finish it fast. Like you wouldn't want to do with missions if you have like 5 characters to farm every day. Not to say I also need to farm for my main. I need to do extra FTG pots on her. Why don't you try to finish LB17? LB17 for STG, I already did so. LB17 for NES, it's not worth doing it. Yes, I do spend money on other games. I play Honkai Impact 2 years before, and I spend a lot on Honkai Impact. I play Arknights now. I spend not as much. I spend only a bit each month because Arknights doesn't need you to spend that much money. No. Chogosu is cheaper. Like, Chogosu is when I bought it, it's only 5M. FD pet accessory is, I think, 12M right now. It's a lot more expensive, and I get Chogosu first because it's more rare. It's harder to find Chogosu than the FD pet accessory. Like, I believe in the future, the FD pet accessory will drop price eventually. I'm not from Australia. I'm from Canada. I don't play Genshin Impact because it's a game made by MiHoYo. I don't like MiHoYo games because I have flashbacks of Honkai Impact. I see the battle style, like switching characters, pretty similar to what I experienced in Honkai Impact, which is why I don't want to play it. And it have a gacha role. Anything with gacha role is a no to me, especially if it's by MiHoYo. I have like really bad experience from the gacha in MiHoYo, in Honkai Impact, so that's why. I don't really like mobile games. Like, if you say Genshin Impact is MMORPG, I will play it for sure. I probably will even quit the end for it. But it's not. It's a gacha game, mobile game. A gacha mobile game is what I mean. So that's why I don't play it. The thing with those gacha mobile games is that they will make it free to play, as much free to play as it looks like in the beginning. But the more you play, you will find out that they will add more pay to win aspects to it. So I won't play it if it's by MiHoYo. Yeah. Why do people use stew when enter DDN? Because they don't know what the stew do. Because they don't know how the stew works. The stew only reduce damage for the stew only add defense and death. If you are full, it doesn't do any effect. Probably just asks you to use the stew just in case you are not full at the defense and death. But yeah, for mobile games, I don't really like them. What I do for a living, I work, but I couldn't tell you what my work is because I don't like to reveal too much of my personal information because it will be easy to identify me. That's why I don't share a lot of my personal information on the web. That's also why I don't really use Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I prefer some privacy for myself. My sub characters, I can do OB14, but I don't want to do it because it will make my runs long. Like, it's my sub, but my sub is like OB16 clear. It's like stronger than a lot of people, so you need to expect me doing higher floors. I should be doing OB14, but I'm lazy. I just do 13. Okay, the hat, and then I need to put the provisional weapons in. Okay, there.
You shall have the best storage here.
Why don't I put, cause I'm lazy. I'm also waiting for, getting FD jades on that character. I want to, make sure that, I want to clear OB17 on this, not really clear because since I cleared it already, but, I'm a bit lazy to do the STG right now. And also, I will need to redo it when they buff the ulti and counter flare. I'm waiting for the buff. Is there a penalty on death, defense, and death? No, there's no penalty on that. So, like, but when you die, you will lose your stew. That's probably why you are having lower defense and death. Ring grip buff. They are going to make the ulti do more damage, and then also more damage for counter flare. What is my main? My main is the defensio.
Welcome. Feel free to look around.
Okay, I'll definitely need this one.
Travel light for your journey. Store
Oh,
your
it's not really a big buff. It's like a small buff of summoners. It's like low, like almost low impact to my DPS, but I'd rather to do it after I get the buff. Yeah, it's a very good decision. GM is dying now, Valley. We change a costume. Should I wear today? I'll just wear the. How much money have I spent on DN? I don't know. I tell you, if I start counting how much money I spent on DN, it will be the day I quit. How do I manage to work gaming and streaming? I only play games when I stream. Or like I only do the daily farming on DN and then I just straight offline after it. That's how I manage. It's actually not managing since. Did I put stuff wrong? Looks like I did put some stuff wrong. Oh no, I don't need this. Homing for one conversion part around 17. Okay, should be like this. I need to get the earring. I forgot whether I put the earring in storage already or no.
I remember the 6 heroes used to store
Did I
their
put the
things
earring
here.
in the storage? Apparently no. Okay, I need to
Travel
get the
light
earring
for your
first.
journey. Store your items here.
Like, it's random for our classes. Because let me just type it out faster. For plus 15 jades, if there is CD plate for the skill, you should be using CD plate unless you have plate that has higher than 160%. 62%.
Your stuff will be safe from everything, even dragons. You shall have the best storage here.
Didn't I put the earring in storage already? Yeah? Actually not higher, but at least 162%. No, I think I probably have it on me. It's here. It's because some of the stuff disappeared. That's why. I forgot class. I haven't opened the thing on BP yet. No longer. For now, I will say FDN Hardcore is the hardest because of the Golmec changes. If you ignore the Golmec, Gus will probably be the hardest in my opinion. Usually costs how much? I think around 300 TCC. BMJ. Oh, I should have split up there instead. Oh, 150k is enough? I actually don't know. Or maybe it's my luck too bad. Because it's a bit RNG even if you use the mount box. Oh, I didn't come with there in time. I prefer to do it the vanilla way. Like, I'm a very vanilla person in terms of gaming. Like, before I went to C, before I have those FPS drop problems, I usually don't even use mod. Like, my DN is not modded when I'm still playing TDN. I only have FPS drop problem once I switch to C. That's when I start using mods, because it's just too laggy without them. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Like, a lot of the mission boxes other server get, we won't get unless it's a quest or it's one with like rewards that aren't as good. Like for example, and they have a lot of good mission boxes that give like Lunaria heroes or like other stuff, but we don't have those. Share skill details. Hello. Oh, if you want to look at the skill details, I should do a better one. Let me do it right now. Possible. Yes. Look at. Yes. Look at that green. Yeah, and that is free to play. He is free to play. That's why he do so much service. How do you then you should apply it back in February. Otherwise there's no way of you getting in right now. We don't recruit people since there's too much people that want to join now since of the guild update. Like everyone wants to enter to get the stone. Depends on how many hours he's doing. Like back in BDN, like the most he can get from doing a 12-hour service is around like 1M. 12-hour service, non-stop. And that he doesn't really sleep. True story, by the way. True story. It's true story. Like, there's a lot of times where he overslept. Yeah, it's so cute. Yeah, and then he sleep in raids. It's very often that he sleep in raids or sleep in service when he service too much. It's funny, but it's not. It's not funny at the same time. It's not funny for us because we are just people who suffers. I remember he's sleeping in BD in service. Ugh, it's so bad. It's just so bad. And then me and Say was asking him to sleep. He doesn't want to. He wants to do more service, but he's already sleeping in the service. I will say go for Avalanche now. Don't go for Ranger or VP. They aren't good classes right now. Okay, I think this is a better run, I guess. The NDPS looks higher, so I guess it's a better run. But you can see the skill details are about the same. I can do OB14 for you guys, I don't mind. Let me do OB14. It will take a bit longer though. Hello Gipsu, hello OnePlus. I don't think he's home now, that's why I couldn't do it. I don't mind. Should have blocked instead of doing this. Oh no! Why do you run away? Generally, cleric class are more clunky than the other classes. So it feels clunky, but even if it's fast, it still feels a bit clunky. Because it's a cleric. Like in the beginning, they make cleric as like the tanking class. upcoming plates. It's pretty good if you are lacking CTD. If you are lacking FD, you couldn't use them anyways because of FD plates being hard to get. Oh, should have passed that skill. You can see that OB14 is pretty fast also. Takes me 4 minutes only without Premstone. It would be faster if I have Premstone though. Okay. Yeah, it's a mechanical keyboard, that's why it's satisfying. Ranger will switch to FMJ. I mean VJ. I think VJ is better. VJ is better not because of the animation or the damage, it's because of the CD. Since it's longer, you have more times to use other skills. It's not higher in damage, but it's longer CD, so you have more time to cast other skills. 13. No, I should show the skill details of the previous one. Let me show it right now. This is the run just now, and LB14. Skill details. You can see that most of the damage is still from Iron Lance. Ancient crossbow. Do you have the 600k one? If it's not the 700k one, then you should go for the FDN. Or are you talking about the 1.4M? It depends on which variety are you talking about. Why can it cancel Iron Lance? Doesn't I have iframe there? Yeah, thank you, Lance. That's what I want to say. Yeah, Goldrian accessory give a lot of boost, especially when you have the plus 20 jades. Yeah, no, it's because of the EOD. It's not really about the gold accessory, since DDN performs similar to it right now. Yeah, EOD. You have double EOD, that's why. Most spender player in Eden? Probably those with like double EOD. Definitely not me. I'm not spending a lot in DM. In fact, a lot of my stuff are free from service. I should have cast it earlier. I think it can hit at least like 2 or 3 bars. Oh, what the? I thought it was a very good block timing already, but apparently I'm still not blocking it right. Ugh, I should have just spacebar instead. No money for that. Ride the horse, but riding horse will actually do less DPS though. That's why I don't use the horse. I only use the horse for iframe when I need it. What's the best thing that happened in Eden? Probably VJ, I think. Or BT. I think Flurry VJ would be. I think Flurry VJ should be in tier 1. Tier 1, yeah, tier 1. It won't be super strong, like it won't be OP. It won't be OP, but it's rather a good DPS class. I don't think it's at the current BMJ meta tier 0.5 yet, but it's definitely in the tier 1 of VJ patch. Ways to farm gold. Invader spam, nightmare spam, selling co-op quests, alliance quest. Didn't do it right. Why? Oh yeah, there's no iframe when I appeared. Thanks for a subscription. Yeah. Nightmare spam is also a good option for Epic Talisman. What? Did I just get double hit by that? Thanks for a subscription. Let's see. I probably should end it with a hero skill, right? So that looks better. Let me just AFK for the hero skill. System settings. I need to put my effects to the highest. Nice horse. 4K subs giveaway. If I have time, I think I will do events on Christmas again, like last year. Probably just Christmas events. I can't really afford giveaways now because I need to gear my characters first. If I have spare money, I will do. But currently, because I'm gearing the BP, I don't have extra gold to do events. It will be different if people donate me. I'm always accepting donations. You can't just donate me and tell me it's for the giveaway fund. Then I can use it for a giveaway. But otherwise, you guys will need to wait for me to finish gearing. I'm not Singaporean, but my accent currently sounds like Singaporean because my teammates are Singaporean. So I prefer to talk in a Singaporean-ish accent, so that it doesn't sound awkward. Like before I play DNC, my accent is more like I would say more American. But now since I'm playing in the C server, most of the people I meet talk in Singaporean English. That's why my accent sounds Singaporean now. I don't think I will be able to give away expensive stuff though, unless people donate them. Because you need to know that gearing a sub is very expensive now. I don't have spare money. Like, if people want me to donate, I couldn't gear my subs anymore. Like, I'm pretty poor now because of gearing too much subs. If I want to do giveaway, I must spend like IRL money to do it, but I'm not earning enough in YouTube for me to do that yet. Like, getting 100 Canadian dollars per a few months is not really a lot. Like, it's not even enough to sustain my spendings in the end. So I won't be able to do that for a while. Thank you, bye bye. Oh, free BD and clear, I can do that. I can probably also do free DD and S1 to S4. But that one will need to wait when I have more time. Because currently I'm a bit busy. I will probably do it on, I think on Christmas or something, like an event or something. It's one slot because it's not evil yet.
Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah, I'm talking. My English is Singaporean because my friends are Singaporean now. Like, you see, the noble earring is different from the evil earring. The evil earring you couldn't put it in the storage, but the noble earring you can. I'm using the noble earring because you can server storage it. Where else to get the defense? You get DDN.
Your stuff will be safe from everything.
DDN accessories for the defense. If you really need defense, you should use the Abuda necklace or ring, and then get a 2-set DDN for extra defense. Like, you can consider using the set where Avalon is using. Like, Avalon is using the Abuda necklace. Give you 15k defense and death, and then he's using 2 sparkling. Give you 45k, so total 60k defense from changing to DDN. If you compare to BDN accessories, let me check. Missionaries, Makina. If you compare to BDN accessories, you will get a lot more defense. Like, I think around 15k defense for each. Yeah, slow chance. It's only 1% to get Blast DDN. Okay. Did I transfer everything? I always forget if I transfer everything. Okay, I probably did. Oh, okay. I will do PP next. How many hours I spend each day to play DN? Before patch I spend around like 30 minutes if there's no raid. If there's raid, 2 hours for the raiding. After patch, I on average spend around 4 hours for farming jades, and then I think around 2 hours for raid if there's raid. So total 6 hours if it's a raid day for me. So I don't really like this patch since it makes me play DN a lot more than I want to.
Welcome.
I don't have time to do other stuff now. Like most of my time, my spare time is on DN. It's a bit annoying if you ask me.
You shall have the best storage.
Okay, time to open the guild nest making words. I hope I can get a high percentage lethal torture. That one? I just bought it recently, so probably won't see me selling it. Please give me a high percentage Kraken plate, please. I need a high percentage Kraken Goddess Hereditary. Kraken. Please, Kraken. Oh. This is so breaker. I'm not going to use it. Let me just put it in storage.
Your items will be safe here.
What title?
For your journey.
Exhibition Arena Victor.
Welcome.
It's a time duration title with no stats. Why am I taking this? I shouldn't be taking this. This one. This. I can probably get this. Then it should be enough. Okay, let me get those.
Travel light for your journey. Store your items.
How do I get it? Well, you go to here, and then you can see the skill ranking board. Look at the exhibition tournaments ranking. See Eden, top 1, and then you see ranking rewards. You'll see the current individual guild point contribution is 14k. They didn't say right here, but you can see there's the stone, there's the Arena Victor title, there's also high grade and unidentified early box classes. Oh, I'm so bad at reading, but yeah. Okay. How do you divide time to socializing and play DN? I socialize in DN. That's how I divide my time. Like I don't really socialize IRL. Most of my friends are from DN. Since like there's nothing you can do right now also. Right? It's a nice upper. I have the white one also. You need to look at TH more if you want it, since I got mine from TH. That's really nice. Okay, time to do the BP. After doing the BP, I will... After doing the BP, I would do the Ripper. Eventually, you will need to change to the new jades. So it's a yes. Eventually, you will need to change. Because the new jades have after like plus 15, it will be way stronger than the current ones. Like it really depends on the enhancement. But I will say if you add plus 10 and then you use 2 evolver, then it's already better than your previous jade. If your FD is enough for FDJ users, that is. need to type that out actually, but I try to answer by talking. So on non-raid days, what I do is I will just do my dailies at night, which is around this timing. Usually I will start early, so I start at 8 p.m. Today, because I have a raid at to 8 p.m., 7 p.m., so I couldn't do that. But usually what I do is that I start farming at around 8 p.m. and then I will finish before 12. Then I will sleep. Then when I wake up, I will do some work and stuff. Like, I don't have a fixed schedule on my work, since it's more like doing projects and stuff. It's more like project-based work. Where did they get those? You hammer them with strong hammers. Oh, anyways, back to the raid time question. On raid days, what happened is I try to fix the time so that I finish all my farming before raiding. Usually my raids is at 7 a.m. for me. Then I sleep. Then when I wake up, I do some raid. After raiding, I will sleep a bit more. If my work is at afternoon, I'll sleep a bit more. If it's not at afternoon, usually it won't be at the morning. Then I would probably, I'll say, do some more farming on my main. And then it's lunchtime for me. I only ate 1 meal per day, so that saves me a lot of time also. Is life after college hard? Finding a job is the hardest in my opinion. After finding the job, everything is more like schedule like one schedule. Then it will be like having courses really soon. Like having courses, you need to go to courses every day. Like it's about the same after you find a job, since you have fixed schedule and there is not much changes. Let me apply other ones. Wait, let me do defense and MDef plate. Yes, I still use. You can see my plates. My plates on my subs usually have MDef and defense plates. Yeah, I 1 meal per day, cause it saves me some time. Like I use defense and MDef. Not really a designer, but just know it's a project-based job. I'm not fasting. It's just I find eating wasting a lot of time, so I cut down my meals to like 1 meal per day. At most is sometimes I will grab some snack at the night if I manage to wake up. If I don't, then I will just skip it. Like eating 1 meal is good because it saves you a lot of money, and then other good things is that you won't get too fat. And then it saves you a lot of time too. But I ate 1 meal per day for a very long time already. Like I think since I was in university it was like this. Because I really find eating wasting a lot of time. Since like when I go out to eat, usually it takes me a few hours to get back to the dorm and stuff back then. Even now it's about the same. Usually you will have to like waste like 1 hour-ish or more on either preparing the food or socializing with the people who prepare the food for you. So it's really time wasting for me. That's why I don't like to have like too much meals. I only have like 1 meal. If you have like limited time, it's really a good option though. just the time I saved from eating, I saved like 2 or 3 hours already because I only eat like 1 meal. Usually I don't want to spend more than 30 minutes on eating because like I don't have that much time for it. And then the other thing is that I'm pretty weird because I'm okay with eating the same stuff every day. So I don't need too much changes on my meal. I remember back when I'm still in university, what I did was I went to Subway. I get a full on Subway sandwich. Then I just bring it inside my room in the dorm, and then what I do is I just put it there. And since Canada, it's pretty dry, so things will. Oh no, I'm going to die. Okay, I shouldn't talk too much, but yeah. Anyways, I buy a full-on Subway sandwich, and then what I do is I just keep it there. And then when I want to, when I'm hungry or when I'm too bored, I will just take a bite or something. But generally, it's like that. Like usually, I want to buy my food in one go, so I don't need to go out. But yeah, back to the Subway sandwich. So what I do is I buy a footlong, I bring it to my dorm, and then I just leave it there. Like if I don't have classes back then, I will just stay in my room, do my homework, and then like when it's time for me to eat, I will just grab the footlong, cut it in half, and then eat half of it. The other half I save for either midnight snack or breakfast, depends on when I eat. Yeah. The main thing is it also saves you a lot of money, because usually if you eat 3 meals, like for here, 1 meal you need to use around like 15 CAD, 15 to 20 CAD per meal. If I buy a footlong, it's usually just like $10 to $12 ish, and then it's for the whole day. Like just that, I save like 40 CAD, right? Canadian dollars, yeah. Save a lot of money too, but it's not good for your body. Like my health is really shit. I couldn't wake up for too long, probably because of like how I eat. So I'm not very energetic. Usually I'm a bit sleepy. And then let's talk about my napping schedule. Yeah. Like I'm a bit weird, because for me, I can't really sleep when I have something on my mind. So what happened is, like, usually what I do instead is I take like very small, what I call a battle nap. So that I take like 1 or 2 hours nap, instead of sleeping for 5 hours or 8 hours in a row. I usually just sleep 3 hours or 4 hours or 2 hours. So my sleep is fragmented. No, not only for long, like other stuff, I think it should be around almost $10 after tax if you buy with like their meal plan. Like sometimes I want to eat the cookies also, so it will take around like $10, I guess. I'm not really sure, since it's a long time ago. But yeah, generally it's cheaper because you use like less money to eat like 3 meals. Oh yeah, back to napping. So when I sleep, what I do is that instead of sleeping 8 hours in a row, I sleep like 2 hours or 3 hours because I can't really sleep if I have something on my mind. Even if I want to sleep 8 hours, usually I will wake up midway. Let me see. When do I start playing the end? I think 5 years ago. I play while I'm still in college, and it's the worst decision I ever made, for sure, because it made my sleeping schedule and a lot of stuff a mess because I played the end. Due to I need to commit for raids and stuff. Hello. Yeah, a bit rusty for sure. But yeah, like I will say the worst decision I ever made is play DN because the raid really messed up with my sleep schedule and also my meals. Like before I play DN, I have like 2 or 3 meals per day. After I play DN, because of the raid schedule, I need to wake up early since I don't play in the NA server. I play in the TDN server back then. Then I need to wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to do raids. Then if there's like midterm or exams, I couldn't really sleep. Chipotle? It's good. I like it. There any com shop in Canada? There is, but usually people don't go there. It's like there's a few in Richmond, but I didn't go in there because the game I play for the end, like they probably don't have the C or TDM version there. That's why I don't go there. And then it's a bit weird for girls to go and com shop there themselves, so I'd rather not go in. It's like it's just like weird. Oh, that's sad to hear. But yeah, DN is taking a lot of time, but it's the same for all games. Games takes a lot of time, even if it's a single player game. Like back when I'm banned, I played Borderlands 3. I spent like 6 or 8 hours on it. In one go, just because how fun it is. But yeah, generally games takes away a lot of your time. I think the main difference between single game and MMORPG is that like single player games you can do it anytime you like, and then you can stop anytime you like also. For MMORPGs like the end, you need to commit a fixed timing. So it's a bit more annoying since you have like scheduled raids and you couldn't I couldn't go out to eat or I couldn't go party with friends because of the scheduled raid or something. It's pretty common, but it's like really bad to me. Like DN, you need to commit a lot to play. So if your real life situation isn't really allowing you to do that, you shouldn't play DN. It's just cause like how this game is designed. It's designed to eat your time, and then the fixed rates time slots and stuff. and the social interaction in the game will make you end up spending more time than you want and stuff. So if you are having a hard life situation, don't play DN. Should just quit. But to be honest, even if I'm not playing DN, I will be playing some other single player games anyways. But the good part about those is that you can stop anytime you want. No. Like I said, I couldn't really quit DN now because I enjoy raiding with my friends, and then if I quit, it will be a big problem to them since I'm in too many raid teams. Like DN isn't really a good game if you want some relax from your real life. It's not really a good game. But if you want something to do, want to find some achievements, it's a nice game to play with your friends because clearing a raid is pretty fun and it makes you feel like you've done something great. And then you couldn't get this type of feeling in single player games because you don't have like friends to play with you in those games. So that's the good and bad of MMORPG versus a single player game. Like it's easier for you to make friends with MMORPG. Yeah, that's true also. But now since of the COVID situation, a lot of people are playing DNO. Since like at least for Canada and probably USA. I know a lot of people are playing DM more actively than before because of COVID. It's good and bad at the same time. Because you need to think that what will happen if COVID ends? Will you be able to commit to the same schedule as right now? Probably no. So you will see a lot of people quitting if they are from NA or from countries that are badly affected by COVID. Because if you have a normal life, you really won't be able to commit as much as you did right now. And I can say for sure, the only reason I'm able to stream so much right now is because of COVID. I don't need to go to work. I don't need to go to work, as in, I don't need to go physically in person to work, so that saved me a lot of commuting time. And then I don't need to find restaurant to eat since I eat at home right now. That saves me around like 4 to 5 hours of time. Then what will happen is that I end up using those time in DN instead. BDO also takes a lot of time. I don't like the idea of being my second life since DN is already annoying. Imagine if it's a game that requires you to farm. Yeah, I don't have hero skill here. I didn't do the awakening or the hero skill quest yet. Because I'm not using this BP yet. Yeah, I didn't do the hero skill quest and the awakening quest for BP because I'm not using him in raids yet. I only do the hero skill if I'm using it in raids. Like nesting, I don't think it makes a big difference since I'm doing low floors anyways. Like the hero skill won't make a big difference if I'm only doing OB11. That's why I don't do the hero skill. Quest. sorry for ranting so much. It's really hard for me to focus on the gameplay and also on chat and also on talking. I'm not streaming raids anymore. My laptop cannot handle. And I'm glad that like if you are finding my stream interesting, because I'm very bad with talking. It's like very surprising to me that people will like my stream, because I'm so bad at communicating. Like I'm better writing on paper instead of talking in person, or even just talking in general. It's a bit hard for me to do it because like I wasn't like I don't have the best experience back when I'm still in high school, so I'm a bit shy to talk. Being able to talk this much and having people support me in the stream, it's a big difference for me. Strongest spin-off, I don't think so. I think Mara would be stronger because of like how the BP skill limitates the class. You can see that the class doesn't have a lot of utility skills, such as the transform. Transform deducts your HP. It's like very big because BP doesn't have self-heal. So it's hard for BP to do service or soloing, but because of the transform. Then there's also not a lot of iframe or canceling skills for the class. The essay for the class is generally it's just garbage. No, I'm really generally bad with talking because I'm not very confident of like what I'm saying sometimes. Like I'm really shy to talk, which is why I'm bad at communicating in English or in Chinese, or it generally just in any language if I need to speak. Like my mouth is a bit stupid. Like what I usually do, I like when I type stuff, I revise it a lot of times to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it, or it communicates what idea I want to say perfectly. So when I talk, I couldn't really do that. So I'm a bit scared sometimes just to talk in general. Pretty nice of like having people talk in my chat to interact with me, since it's a very good practice for me. No. It's different. Like you haven't met me like for 1+, you haven't met me when I was shy. Like my Chinese was very bad back when I first started using voice call programs, and it's really very bad. So I need a lot of practice before I can speak fluently. It's not that I don't understand the language, but it's rather that I'm not confident enough to speak. So I will make a lot of grammar mistakes, and then I'm not really sure if I speak it in the right way or stuff. Like my mouth is just stupid in general. Oh really? Glad to hear that. Thanks for support though. But like I really don't talk that much in IRL. And then it takes me a long time for me to get used to talking. So how should I put it? Like I will need a long time for me to improve my ways of talking and speaking, because I'm not really the type of person that's good at communicating stuff with with how I speak and stuff. Yeah. What was my thoughts with FB gaming? Oh yeah, I'm a bit aggressive sometimes. It's just it's like my old problem, because I couldn't take it when you are doing something stupid, or I think you are doing something stupid and I want you to change it. And then I will get annoyed, because usually when that happens, what I do is that I just ignore you and then I try to cover up for you. But I don't want to do that, so what I did instead is just I try to tell you that I don't like it. That's why I'm sometimes aggressive. Like, generally you can see me being aggressive on my channel when people are talking about the wrong information and then I want to correct them. That's when I will sound a bit more aggressive. Like when you are communicating about some wrong information or something that I think it's not right, I will be a bit more aggressive because of it. But you can see that when people are trolling me or just speaking bad about me, I don't really care that much, because I can just ignore it, you know. Like, I'm aggressive because I care. In terms of streaming for FB gaming, I don't really like the platform for Facebook, because Facebook is a bit shady in how they manage stuff. Like, if you don't know if you don't know, like, generally, like, Facebook, they paid a lot of people to do streams on Facebook, and then I don't like the fact that Facebook is tied to IRL information. It makes streamers like less flexible, because like streamers or viewers less flexible, because if you cannot act like you cannot act like how you act on YouTube. You know, like, you cannot just harass people like what the dude earlier just did. You couldn't do that, because people will find your Facebook and then complain it to your IRL friends or something. That's the part I don't like about Facebook, because it's connected to your IRL information.
This is the historic St. Haven storage.
Yeah, generally when you see I'm aggressive, it just means that I want to correct you, or I care about that issue. But, like, usually I don't even want to talk if, like, oh, thanks for the donation.
Travel light for your journey.
Thanks for the support also. I'm really trying my best. But I feel like there's much more I could do. I could be doing better. No, I didn't watch Social Dilemma. I don't watch other stuff. Like, my only entertainment now is doing DN, and also Art Nights, and probably watching food videos. I don't have time for other stuff though. Thank you so much. But wait, let me answer your question first. Duelist or Trickster for Raid? I will say Duelist is better for Raid because of the special debuff, which only SE and Duelist have that debuff right now. Trickster, on the other hand, have Ice Stack, and it's not a full duration Ice Stack. It's not as good, but you can just treat it as a DPS. If you treat it as a DPS, it's good anywhere. Thanks so much. Like, I know a lot of people, like, probably not like the people who are in the chat, but I know people are complaining about my accents, and I say that I'm not speaking English fluently. Well, I couldn't do anything about it, because I'm pretty much an introvert, and then I don't really speak that much. I can say that the time I speak when I'm still in when I'm in high school or university, and then I'm not talking in a voice chat or something. If I just talk in person, I think I probably didn't. The time I speak, I think probably not even up to an hour, like 1 or 2 hours. If you don't count those time I'm speaking in voice chat or doing presentations and stuff. Because I'm really not really shy, but I'm scared that I'm speaking in the wrong grammar. Yes, I'm very scared of talking in wrong grammar. But you can see that I'm not carrying it that much right now. But it actually bugs me of how much mistakes I speak. Like I like to correct my own grammar mistakes because I'm like probably I would say a perfectionist sometimes. So I will care a lot when I make a small mistake on like word usage or just general bad grammar and stuff. The thing that bugs me the most is that when I'm talking here, I don't really feel that I'm using a lot of ums and ahs. But when I go back and listen at my stream, I hear that I'm using a lot of ums. Because I don't know how to express my thoughts as what I wanted. So that's why there's a lot of us and ums here. And it's been bugging me for a long time. But I couldn't change it. I guess I just need to stream more and then talk more. So I will improve more. And I'm not kidding about the ums and ahs. It's really tilting me. The cat one? It's not a mod. It's a gadget you can find in a lot of places. Mine is from Bilibili. But generally, if you type Bongo Cat OBS or NVR, Bongo Cat plugin, or Bongo Cat NVRs, you can find it. This one. Can try download this. This one should work. Wait, where am I? I should have been transferring more stuff. Okay. But yeah. Well, it's different. Like they're doing it for work, so they won't care about the grammar. Like for me, legit bugging. It's bugging me a lot that I'm not speaking like the perfect English or the perfect Chinese I want to speak. Yeah, I didn't make it. I want to do some adjustment on it, but I didn't have the time to do it yet. Like I wanted to show like more keys, but I need to download like more stuff to edit it, so I haven't do that yet. But yeah, I will say like generally I'm very conscious of like what I'm speaking and what I'm doing. So
your stuff will be safe from everything.
So I feel like really bad if I'm doing something wrong. Which is why that you see me doing so much research on raids and probably class rotations or damage calculation on DN, because I want to do the probably best option or the correct answer. It's not really the correct answer, but it's close to a correct answer. Oh really? I do speak Chinese occasionally because like my family is Chinese, so that actually not Chinese but Taiwanese, but most people don't see the difference, so I will just say Chinese. But yeah, I do speak Chinese sometimes. And my Chinese grammar is also a bit messy because I'm just in general very bad with speaking. So it doesn't really matter what language I speak. And then I also don't know like which language, like English or Chinese. I'm not sure like which one is my first language and which one is my second language. Because for me the fluency is about the same. So it's a bit hard for me to say which one is my first language. But I can say that I write better in English though. I write better in English. And I think speaking wise it's about the same. The Chinese speaking sometimes the word usage sometimes is awkward for me because I'm not really sure if that's the right word. Like I can say my Chinese is better than most people. Better than most foreigners, but it's still really bad compared to people who are native speakers. Will Physician still be relevant after the VJ patch? Yes, because they are healers. Healers are always relevant because of how they design the mech, such as Gust. Like Gust S3 and Dragon Stage, you couldn't really clear it without a healer unless you KOS. So healers are always relevant. Let's say like that. Okay. So I have everything for my Ripper. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, I do know that it's sometimes a pain to hear me speaking. There's a lot of ums and ahs. But I don't think that's because of my fluency. It's more because of how I'm very uncomfortable of speaking and expressing my thoughts. Like even in Chinese, you will hear me saying a lot of ums and ahs when I'm ranting, since I don't know what to say. I'm glad that my stream supports me, and then I'll say I'm pretty lucky that most of my viewers are pretty nice to me. Yeah, same. I'm not sure which is my mother tongue though, because like I think my Chinese and English are both bad in terms of speaking. Incomplete shield even if Marifo supports tank. Do you want to do more for your team? If you want to do more for your team, then you should buy it. If you think your team is good with shit gears, then you should just be what you are right now. Because the thing with supports is that whether you want to make the team better, I think you should, since it's respecting the other members of your party, but it's not required. Like some people are okay with going in with shit gear, some people are not. It's just like whether you think that your team needs more support, or whether like you are okay like with what you are doing right now. Like some people have a very high requirements for themselves, so they will want to get as much gears as possible, such as my defense, you and me, or Gibbs on his Saint. But some other people thinks that it's okay to go inside with bad gear supports, and that's okay also, since like the rating only need the support to do his or her job. They don't need him or her to do more than what is required for him. Yeah, Ripper's sound is really nice. He's like really noisy. Ripper is noisy because of the ashes. If I don't use any ashes, it will be very quiet. Tumble this to get the FD buff. Do I have a boyfriend? No. Yeah, I do think they should buff Guardians. I also think that they should give more utility to Guardians because, like Destroyer got this debuff removal, and then Defensio got the DPS, like DPS and lower shield cooldown. But for Guardian, he has nothing except DA, which is not really useful. Like they should make each classes have like different utilities so that you can say that you want you can't say like one class is useless. But ED is in general like very bad with balancing or coming up with new ideas. All they need is just give, like, for example, give Guardian a team cure, or give Guardian a damage reduction for the whole team. Then Guardian won't be as bad as right now, like the position he is in right now. I'm glad you like the clat. Like, I like it very much so. I saw it on a Bilibili vid, and it's so nice. Took me like around like 1 month to find it because I don't have like I don't have the access to the Chinese groups where they put out those stuff, so it took me a long time to find a usable version for me. Do I like babies? Not really. Let me put it this way. I like the life I am having right now, and I don't really like changes. Arc Heretic, yeah, I do think that they should have give like more utility to DPS classes, so you won't have a class getting abandoned just because of the DPS. Fun fact, the attack just now, you won't be able to avoid it if you use the block skill, but you are able to avoid it if you use the I think skill. Which one is better? I will say Raven is better, because Ripper is more like an STG machine. He's bad with moving bosses, and you will do significantly lower DPS if the boss moves a lot. Can I ask why FD stat is so expensive? I'll say it's because of ED making FD stat like lower chance than the other stuff. Like the rate of getting FD Jade is like only 0.1% in Nest. But for other Jades it's like way higher chances. That's why it's more expensive for FD. Okay. I need to change your position. The position I'm sitting makes my head like slumps. Where do I farm gold? I I don't really farm gold. Like my gold earnings right now is from mostly from like my raid, my raid loot. Since I have 4 Gust parties, 4 DDM parties, and 3 FDM hardcore parties. Most of my income right now is from those parties. It's not from doing service and stuff. Because service earnings are a lot, but it's not as great as those raid earnings for me, since I don't really do service. Most of the time in DN now, for me, is just net spamming, due to how they make the patch right now. Do I play other games besides DN? Yes, Arc Knights. I also play some single player games when I have time. And I played Honkai Impact before. And Monster Hunter World. But I don't play them out right now because too much stuff in the end. Yeah. Like Guardian, I will say like they make Guardian too weak right now. Weak as in he doesn't have a lot of utilities, and then there's like no big advantage of using Guardians over the other two tank classes. No FPS game. I do play Overwatch before. When I'm small, I also play Counter-Strike, but that's when I'm really small. Because I don't really like FPS games right now. Like FPS games require you to have like very good accuracy, but because of my personality, so it's very hard for me to play FPS games. Because I need some time to do some decision making, and I'm scared of making mistakes, which is really hard for me to play FPS games in general, because I will think for a long time before I shoot. Because I don't want to make mistakes. Any plans on trying? Oh wait, let me see. So many comments. Do you think bandwagons are the reason? Yes. It's half true and half right, because you can see that there are classes that are clearly stronger than other ones, and there are classes that are not bad, just no one plays it. There's still tier list, but in the end, since the balancing is very bad, so you need to realize that there's class difference on DPS, and then the content they make isn't very good for low DPS classes, so that's why people bandwagon to the higher DPS classes to have a better time in clearing that sort of raids. Plans on trying Genshin Impact? I don't like it. I maybe will try it, but I probably won't play it for long because it's made by MiHoYo. I hate MiHoYo because of Honkai Impact, so probably not. Recommend DPS classes to start with. DPS classes, I will say like are you the type that you care about your damage a lot? If you are, then you should look at the tier list that I made not long ago. It still works for now. If you are not the type that cares about DPS a lot, then I will suggest you to tell me like what type of classes you are looking for, like what kind of gameplay do you like. Because if you are only looking at the top DPSs, there's not much classes I can suggest you right now, since it's just go with the tier list. You're a DPS solo. Do you have the correct gears? Are you doing the right rotations? Correct gears as in, do you have the BMJ? Do you have the goddess for the BMJ? If you don't have them, then that's why you are doing low. Like, usually it's like you don't have the right gears for the class. Because you can see that on STG ranking and any race, there's a lot of rune lord. It means that it's a good class in general. Yeah, just gears in general. Like, the current patch is pretty balanced, as in if you don't have gears, you won't do damage no matter the class you are. So you can't really expect like a 0.5 class to win probably tier 3 classes with like shit gears. With the tier 3 classes being like in very good gears. Like, the DPS difference between classes isn't as big as before, so you won't have like one class is doing way more DPS than another tier DPS. The tier list is only based when you are on the same tiers, which I think I stated pretty clear in the tier list. So not really sure like why you are asking this. And yes, you need time for classes too. Like, you won't do high DPS just by swiping. Like, you need to realize there's a rotation for the class, and then there's like recognizing DPS window or invading at the right timing. What makes a good player and a bad player different is utilizing your skills properly and doing DPS at a good DPS window time, and then probably not dying and not getting hit. So, like, for you to do high DPS, you need to have a good piloting skill. Piloting skill are generally like those are referring to what I just said right now. And then probably you also need good gears, because now in the end what's more important is gears, not really the class. It's not like, oh, I play a tier 0.5 class, then I'm immediately the strongest person in the game. It doesn't work that way. Like, this is an MMORPG where gears matters. Element damage at raids or nests, the higher the better. There's no requirements for element damage, but generally you will want to have that stat as high as possible. Yes, you can do that if you want to. I will suggest you probably send in the Discord group instead of DMing me if you are comfortable with it, because I'm not that I'm not that good at all classes. I can only give advice for some classes, and then I'm also not good with like teaching people how to gear up. I can only point you the direction you should gear, but I couldn't give good advices on how to farm, because the patch where I was farming before is different from now. So generally what I can do is just give you a direction of what you should aim for if you DM me. If you put it in Discord, I think more people will be able to give you better advices. In the Discord group, I mean. But that's if you are comfortable with it. If you are not comfortable with it, then you can just DM me. It's fine also. Like it's pretty weird for you to ask for Moonlord advices from a Machina player, right? So see like which one you want to do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can give better advices than me on gearing up, because the last time when I cared about gearing up is way back, probably 1 year ago, and then a lot of stuff doesn't apply anymore right now. Wait. You should search 2020 July tier list. The DPS tier list, Dragon Nest or something. Should be able to find like that. Thanks for enjoying my stream. Yeah, my Ripper is pretty geared. I can link the tier list for you. July DPS 2020 July DPS tier list Dragon Nest. Is it July or August? Yeah, it's July. It's July. I don't actually remember when do I put my videos on. Okay. This is the tier list video. Generally, I will suggest you to pick any classes that are at tier 1 and above. That is, I think it depends, because like a lot of people complain to me that when I show the tier list, a lot of people complain to me that Adept is not dealing as much damage as Moonlord. So I guess it's more of a piloting skill difference for them. They are in the same tier, but you can see that like piloting difference does make a big difference between the two classes. Yeah, it's like in TDN they call it a dance mech, like a dancing game mech for the spacebar mech. SB, I think BMJ is still better, but there's no tests on BJ, so I couldn't say for sure. But BMJ is really strong already. Because generally for multi-hit skills, we need to see the actual test to know that whether ED is talking about the full hit damage or only partial. But do know that tier list is just for reference. The thing that really determines your DPS is actually the piloting skills and your gears. Like I can say that my Ripper is out DPSing a lot of people because of my gears and my piloting skills. You need to acknowledge that the fact that piloting skills makes a difference. And then I think the correct way to think about this issue is always think that you are not the best pilot of the class, so that you won't get too full of yourself. Because usually there's someone that can play the class better than you. So if you think of it that way, then it's easier for you to understand like why the ranking is like that and stuff. My tier list doesn't look at one hit though. It's like it's more of like a general assessment on how classes perform in raids, but it's still not perfect, but it's like the closest I can get to perfect right now. Why I'm not using AH? Because I don't gear the class. My AH don't have any gears. Like I'm pretty sure my tier list isn't based on one shot. If it's on one shot, then I will say probably SD won't be on there. Because if you all want to look at one shot, no one can win Smasher. But yeah, like generally, you need to look at the piloting skills of the user and the gears. Then you look at the class. But you can get a theoretical tier list if you just compare the board damage between each classes and show the damage of the theoretical rotation. But there's no point in creating that kind of tier list because no one really cares and it's too much work. By theoretical, it is like just taking out each skill and then put the skill board damage numbers on instead of looking at the DPS. So for example, for Defensio, the beatdown is 28k damage. Then you see like in for example in like 30 seconds how much beatdown can a Defensio use. And then you count in the other skills, then you compare it to other class. Like for example, how much Detto can an Inquisitor use in 30 seconds or something. Then you compare the two classes. Like total board damage they can do in a certain time period. Like if you want to do tier list, the only way to do it accurately is this way. But it's legit too much work, and then there's also a problem with this method. No point of doing it that way also, since most of the people won't even care about it. But yeah. Like my tier list, I did check the board damage of the tier 1 and tier 0.5 classes. So I make sure that they are over a certain level to be there. It's still not very accurate because I didn't play all classes, so I couldn't say for all of them. But generally, I would consider my tier list being pretty much close to accurate. It's a bit biased, of course, but yeah. I couldn't tumble in time. But yeah, that's also the reason why you should always just use tier list as a reference. Don't use it as like don't treat it as a fact. It's just a reference. It's because like it's not absolute, since there's a lot of factors like giving a newbie Moonlord account and getting a Moonlord player who play a Moonlord account who played Moonlord for a few years, we will have different results. Then having Nervous gear on a Spirit Dancer versus having like plus 17 Skila on an AH deals different damage also. So there's like too many factors on the DPS. It's really hard to make a accurate tier list. And even if you do make one, people will usually judge the DPS judge your tier list by looking at the people beside them. Like they might have like people with super geared characters, but they don't know how to play, which is why they are doing low damage. And to be honest, most players aren't that oh wait, why is my chat updating? Okay, never mind. Let me just read the comments first. Next time attack, probably Red Dragon, but I think they will make the I think they will make the mechs way easier than now. I don't think Trentania will put his vendor on STG ranking. How would I rank? I think he will be in tier 1 based on my rankings. I think he will be in tier 1 because his DPS is not bad, but it's not good. He will be like either in tier 1 or tier 2. Somewhere between tier 1 and tier 2. From Somi's vendor, I will rank it probably at tier 1 if fully geared. Yeah. For Trickster, from other servers, what I see, I think it will likely be a tier 2 in most nets. Probably close to a tier 1 in raids. He won't get nerfed because he's not really that strong. I'm glad that people like my tier list. Like a lot of people complain because it doesn't match with their expectations. Like I got so many people saying that I'm ranking too high, but you don't even play the class. How would you know that rank grid isn't that good? Like I rank grid there because I played VP and I played 30. I play a lot of classes out of the tier list, so that's why I want to rank grid there. But a lot of people don't think that rank grid can reach there because they don't play the class. So, like I said, the tier list is an opinion-based thing, and then the people I see is different from the people you see. That's why we will have like disagreements on the tier list. BD, FMJ, I think most people say it's pretty shit. But the BMJ is actually not good also. So I guess we will need to look at a better demo of the Jade right now, or you should ask a BD main about it. BD main that use both Jades. Hello? But yeah. Like I will say most of the ranking for the BJ are still too early right now since we don't have enough information on most of them. Then a lot of the times the video they show us, they didn't show the parts that you want to know. Like for example, Rena's VJ, you won't know that it's like bad, and if you use it yourself. So it's still too early to decide like which one is better. Easy classes. Generally, I will suggest like Inqui is a good option. Then if you want a class with HP recovery and still deals a lot of damage, I think SD, probably good option also. SD got a lot of HP recovery. Then and then SD is also pretty easy to use. The AoE is also great, so you can consider SD. The FMJ works on the EX skill, and it works on the Awakening skills, unless they stated otherwise. Okay, guess that's...
Your stuff will be safe from everything, even dragons. Feel free to look around.
Why is Lestra BJ better than BMJ? Higher damage to CD ratio. Okay. Sniper class. Sniper isn't bad. It's exactly in tier 1 where I ranked it. Like, the class is bad because of the bugs, but the DPS is output is pretty decent.
Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Okay, let's see. Do I have anything? Okay.
Welcome. Feel free to look around. Travel light for your journey.
Actually, Corona looks so bad on this one. Should have just used. I don't know. Okay. Let me see the time. Okay, it's 2 AM already. So I think I'm going to close my stream. RT has a better rotation, but RT does less damage. It's proven by CDN and probability. Thank you so much. You're such a nice guy. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to close my stream because I need to raid at 7 AM. It's 2 AM already. I want to catch some sleep. And also have some time to do Arc Nights. So I will end the stream when I finish transferring. If you have any questions or any last comments, please state it right now so that I can see it before I close the stream.
Ah, I remember the 6 heroes used to store their things here.
Yeah, I hope you can play the end soon. I hope like for everyone their real life goes better. Like I feel like everyone should have a better like have a good day. I mean, yeah. Actually, it's pretty weird for me to say that, because who doesn't want to have a better day?
Welcome. Your item
Okay, we'll do. Archery classes, the DPS is actually pretty different. Like Windwalker DJ is significantly stronger than the other 4 archer classes. Yeah, and I will say Sniper DPS with BMJ is pretty close to Tempest DPS with DJ and BMJ. Then RT is actually pretty weak right now. And then Silver Hunter I feel is about at the same tier as Artillery right now. But it still depends on how much skills bug for RT and Sniper. As I speak like crying? No, I didn't. It's just like I usually like to lower my voice a bit, so you will hear the how should I describe it? You'll hear the throat sound from me because I like to lower my voice a bit. That's like how I usually speak. So it sometimes sounds like I am crying because I'm lowering the voice too much. But it just sounds like it. I'm not crying. I'm just having a hard time of remembering like what stuff should I transfer. Yeah. FMJ, I think VJ Majesty should be better than the BMJ one. VJ Majesty. Silver Hunter is good, but like I said in the tier list, like what limits the class is actually the board damage. Like she have the best DPS environment, but the damage is still a bit low because she doesn't have high board damage. So yeah. What's my age? I couldn't answer that. It's considered pretty rude in, I would say, Chinese culture to ask a person's age, especially if they are a girl. So I won't answer this question. Yeah, Glad VJ looks pretty good. I won't say it's OP because they nerf Glad again, so it's probably balanced. Should put stuff up here. Yeah, the tier list will change when the VJ comes. Of course I'm working. Why do you think college students can afford so much like spending on the end? OnePlus will be raiding later. Oh, this wing actually looks nice. What should I wear today for today's raid? Should actually wear this. I haven't worn this costume for a long time, but I don't have the correct parts for it. Never mind, I'll just wear this. And the shoe, is the Oxford one. Okay. Where to start farming? You can. Let me just type it here. Try do USDG first and see what's the highest for. Hello, hello. Sadly, I'm going to close stream soon. So, hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And let me see how long have I streamed. I'm actually quite curious. Oh, it's actually 4 hours only. Why is my cat having a weird face now? Did I click something that I shouldn't click? Okay. Hopefully it help you guys. And then see you guys probably next time. Slowkai will be streaming Raid at around 10 PM. New Jades. Elemental Lost. Strong Hammer. Slowkai will be streaming plus 10 PM at 10 PM GMT Classic. See you